One thing you need to really remember from what we just finished up with the exponents is if you have x to the a times x to the b, when you multiply, now this is different than yesterday. Yesterday we just combined like terms. We did not change the exponents. I was pretty strict about don't change the exponents. But now when we multiply, we add our exponents. That's the one thing you need to remember. So we're doing monomials times polynomials today. Yesterday we talked about monomials being just one term, right? So you're going to multiply one term to a polynomial, which is more than one term. And so you're typically distributing today. So if you look at this first example, you have x times x plus 4, so I'm going to distribute x through. Okay. So x times x, you have to use your product rule. What does that become? 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So x squared plus 4x. That's all there is to it today. It's really just a matter of being really careful with your product rule. Okay, now I'm going to distribute this whole thing through 5m cubed times 3m squared. Well, you have to do 5 times 3, that's 15. And then m cubed times m squared. Is that m to the 5th or m to the 6th? M to the 5th, good, add them. And then 5m cubed times negative m, so that's negative 5 m to the 4th. And then 5m cubed times negative 7 is negative 35 m cubed. Now, once you distribute, make sure there's no terms that you can combine. Okay? Make sure that it's in standard form, meaning it goes in alphabetical order from highest exponent on down. Okay, so let's do a couple of these. You find some difficult, maybe some harder ones. Let's jump down to number 9. So, I'm going to take this monomial. Now remember, that's still a monomial. It has 2 letters, but it's still a monomial. How come? How do you split up terms? Plus and minus. Yep, as long as they're multiplied together, it makes one term. Okay? So I'm going to take that. The only scary thing about being zoomed in this close is seeing how bad my finger hygiene is. Look how dry and cracked my hands are. Okay. Distribute this through. So p squared times p to the 5th is p to the 7th. Q cubed times q squared is q to the 5th. Yeah, so. I think I'd have to buy a new iPad to zoom in any closer, like the version that's not out yet.
Yeah, I think I need some glasses.
Go there now. So negative, it's going to be negative, so minus p cubed q to the 4th. You guys see that? Okay, let's do number 14. Jump down to your notes at number 14. Actually, let's jump down to number 16. I'm sorry. Remember, your homework tomorrow will be to finish these notes, not today.
Oh, that makes me feel a lot better.
Okay, so now, look, you have a few things going on here. Before I do this subtraction in the middle, I want to do my distribution. Okay, so I'm going to take 5w, that's negative 35w squared. 5w times 3 is 15w. Now, here's a really important point.
You can combine the W squared and W.
Here's a really important point here. Okay, and before you start combining like terms, make sure you do all your distribution first, okay? But when you distribute this 2W, take the negative with you. That's the important point there. So now negative 2W times 13 is negative 26W. And negative 2W times negative 9W squared is plus. Okay, now when you get all the distribution and multiplication taken care of, now you can check to see if you have any like terms. Do I have any like terms I can combine?
The two W's.
Yep, right here in the middle. You can combine those together. So that is negative 11W. You still have negative 35W squared plus 18W cubed. But I'm still not done because it needs to be written in standard form. Highest exponent first. And remember your signs travel with you. So this is positive 18, so 18W cubed. Negative 35W squared. And negative 11W. That's finished. So you have the rest of the time to either get working on this or to finish today's homework if you haven't gotten there yet. At 10 o'clock, I'm going to put the answers to today's homework up so you can see it. Yeah, Chloe?
Where are you gonna go?
Home. I'm going to be a stay-at-home dad the next 3 days because my wife's going to a photography conference in Livingston.
Oh,